Hello there, folks. Today I'd like to quickly tell you about this thing, a tactical chest rig or a chest pouch, whatever you want to call it. It's simply a small bag that you attach to your front rather than a big old rucksack on your back. And I've got to say, although I'm probably not the target audience for this in most of what I do, I found it incredibly useful, and the first time I walked up a mountain wearing this thing, I immediately regretted dismissing these out of hand for the first 38 years of my life, because I think this is fantastic. As a side note here, I just want to say this is not a sponsored video. I bought this myself from Amazon. This is a Wynex branded one, and I just want to say that although I'm specifically reviewing and looking at this one, I would say have a look around because there are so many different styles and types of these, and I specifically wanted one that was going to be nice and flat to my chest. So this is the specific listing I bought it from. I'll leave Amazon associate links down below, so if you buy through those I will get a commission, and that's a great way to help out the channel if you're looking at getting something like this anyway. So let's dive in. So firstly, just as a bit more of a review of this specific item, I've got no worries about its general strength and durability. Everything seems nicely put together, and as you can see, it's got loads of pockets, loads of options for storage here, and you may have also just seen it's got loads of molly webbing across the front and velcro and all sorts, so you can expand it even further. But something that is very useful, it has 4 straps that all independently break away from the bag, and also each one of those 4 straps is independently adjustable, and on this particular item, each strap also has a handy little elastic loop to keep the excess strap length tidy. So this is why I've actually got one myself. I know I might not necessarily be the target audience here, but it's such a handy place to store my phone and gimbal when I do so much walking and so much filming. It's the one downside of having the gimbal, that it adds not a huge amount of weight, but it's just a bulky and awkward item. And you can see there with it fully extended, I've only got the phone case on to illustrate because unfortunately this is a shoestring operation, so my phone is having to record me showing you how I would use the phone. But you can see here it's just so handy to have this on my front, and with those 4 straps it's not bouncing around. And I basically had grumbled to somebody or grumbled online saying that it's the one downside to having the gimbal. It's one of the best things I've ever owned that's really improved my video quality. However, because of the nature of it, I have to keep putting it in my pocket and taking it out. And if you've got it in your coat pocket, it's dangling around, bashing about. And when I'm walking literally miles and miles and miles, it's just not ideal to be constantly stopping to film and having to pop it out of your rucksack or wherever you've got it stored, or to walk miles just holding it in your hand. And somebody said, well, if you had a proper camera and was a proper photographer, you'd have a specific strap on your front to attach your gear to. And then I started to look at something like this and I realised, hang on, this is actually a brilliant idea. And then the first time I went up a mountain wearing this, I really realised this is brilliant. And so I'm definitely going to be using this on my camping adventures just for general storage. In fact, I've actually been using this while I've done some near 2-hour-long live streams recently, and I keep a battery pack in there with a cable that then allows me to not have to reach around into a rucksack or anything, and just while I'm live on stream I can reach in, get a cable which could either charge my phone or, as I have been doing, keeping my really bright headlamp charged. But you can see there's just so much room in there for storage. And although it might not necessarily have been intended for this sort of civilian use, we'll say, it's just brilliant. Just for a novelty, I wanted to fit an entire shelter in there, so I put a small tarp, a load of pegs, and about 8 guy lines as well. So just add some sticks you find on the ground to prop it up, or walking poles, or even just trees and overhanging branches. And there you are in your front rig, you've got an entire shelter set up. Obviously, if you've got any experience with tarps, you may know that that's not particularly impressive because they are ridiculously compressible. Especially this is one of the DD super light ones that I bought. I absolutely love it. But you can see, even though it looks full as it goes in, because of the nature of tarps, I can just squeeze all of that excess air out, and it actually does do a good job of showing you what the front bag actually looks like when it's full. Again, that's why I wanted this particular one, because it's got that low profile. It's not sticking out from my chest particularly far and so on. On that note, I suppose I should leave you in peace. I hope there's been some useful thoughts here and some even more useful footage close up of this item. I'll leave loads of links in the description so you can find me up to my camping adventures and outdoor antics all over the internet. Please do consider giving the video a like and subscribing and helping to spread the word. I'd like to say a huge thank you to some of my recent supporters, whether that's channel memberships, PayPal, super chats and all of the rest of it, or Facebook subscriptions. I am tremendously grateful and I cannot believe the support. At 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube, I am absolutely blown away. So thank you very much everybody for absolutely everything. Until the next time, keep it bag worthy, keep it interesting, have an absolutely fantastic day, and of course, my friends, farewell.